Good morning, everyone. We're team number 7, formed by Vale, Reggie, Jime, Jess, and Juanca. Let's start explaining the two main concepts of this topic. The first one is entrepreneurship. What is it? According to Entrepreneur Handbook, entrepreneurship refers to the concept of developing and managing a business venture in order to gain profit by taking several risks in the corporate world. In other words, we can define entrepreneurship as the willingness to start a new business, and it could involve creating a new product or service, or simply take one that already exists and improve it. Entrepreneurship has played a vital role in economic development of expanding global marketplace. Only in Mexico in 2020, the small business represents 42% of the GDP and 78% of employment. The second concept is entrepreneur. But what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur is someone who creates this new business, bearing most of the risk and enjoying most of the rewards. The entrepreneur is commonly seen as an innovator, a source of new ideas, goods, or services.
Now that you already know what's the definition of an entrepreneur, I'm going to tell you which are the characteristics of one. To begin, the first characteristic of an entrepreneur is that you are passionate, about what you are working for. So if you're gonna have your own idea, you need to transmit it to people with that passion that people says, yes, this idea is gonna be the best one and I love this. So you need to be passionate about what you're working for. Also, you need to have empathy, because whenever you work with people in your team, you need to understand that not a lot of people work the same way that you work, or that if you understand that thing very quickly and other person understand it slowly, it doesn't matter, because each of us understand the things in a different way. Another thing that is super important of an entrepreneur is that they need to have vision for your idea, that you need to dream that your idea is gonna be a great one. And you need to have perseverance. If you fail at the first attempt, don't worry, try in the second one. And if you fail in the second one, try until you achieve your goal. But never give up, because that's not a characteristic of an entrepreneur. You need to know how to sell things. You need to be a seller person. Why? Because if you are passionate about your idea, if you have empathy whenever you explain your idea, if you have vision, if you have perseverance, and if you know how to sell, I assure you that your idea is gonna be an incredible one. Because if you achieve to sell sand in a desert, congratulations, you're a great seller. So, to conclude, if you have passion about the things that you're working for, if you have empathy, if you have vision, if you have perseverance, if you have discipline, and if you know how to sell, you're gonna be an incredible entrepreneur. But I almost forgot one of the most important characteristics of being an entrepreneur. You're super creative. You are always looking forward to have new ideas, and you try, and maybe some ideas are gonna sound crazy, but maybe if they are so crazy, they are gonna be the best one. So always be passionate about the things you love. Have empathy with the people that you are working for or with, and also, if it sounds crazy, your idea, believe the process, that is gonna be a great one.
Entrepreneurs have built a reputation for breaking out of the mold and working hard to live a certain kind of life. But what are the benefits of becoming an entrepreneur? Today we will know them in 10 positive aspects. First, number 1, a flexible schedule. As an entrepreneur, you have the opportunity to create your own schedule. Start your day early if you are a morning person, work later in the day if you prefer evenings, and take an afternoon jog whenever the fancy strikes. 2. Autonomy. Digital news reported the link between autonomy and job satisfaction. It turns out that employees who have more control over their work tend to be more engaged and less conventionally exhausted. 3. Creating a career that aligns with your values. Aligning your personal values with career values is an intensely gratifying experience. Someone who believes in respecting the environment, for instance, would probably find a career in renewable energy incredibly fulfilling. You don't have to find that perfect job. Create it. Entrepreneurship allows you to fashion a life and career that directly align with your core values, like helping others, saving the environment, or putting family first. 4. Constant growth and development. Starting a company forces you to constantly improve your skill set, from marketing to closing deals to creating Excel reports. There is always more to learn and apply to your business. 5. Meeting like-minded people. By becoming an entrepreneur, you will join a group of ambitious and helpful people who believe in bettering themselves and the world. It isn't hard to imagine that these connections will push you to become a better person along the way. 6. Unexpected and thrilling experiences. If you are considering becoming an entrepreneur, you'll probably appreciate the value of the unexpected. Not knowing exactly how the day is going to play out when you wake up is exciting, especially when compared to the predictable and monotonous schedule of a traditional office job. 7. Choosing who to work with. Entrepreneurs can choose which clients to work with, employees to hire, and partnerships to pursue. 8. Greater self-confidence. Many entrepreneurs become more confident in their self-sufficiency as time goes on and they see what they are truly capable of. 9. Leadership experience. Self-discipline, communication skills, passion, optimism, patience, and unrelenting work ethic. Entrepreneurship can transform you into an inspiring leader both professionally and personally. And finally, number 10, the best offices. Digital nomads are becoming increasingly common. These types of entrepreneurs often combine fun travel with online business and work from cafes, hotels, and co-working spaces in the coolest cities around the globe, which can make for some neat offices.
Self-employment has become a common way of working in times of difficulty, where creativity is enhanced to shape one's own business ideas. Entrepreneurship has many satisfactions, but it also has many drawbacks. For this reason, before making the decision of taking this path, it is convenient to weigh the pros and cons of this personal choice. So, which are the disadvantages of entrepreneurship? First of all, we're going to talk about loneliness. Although currently the concept of entrepreneurship has changed, giving rise to collaborative formulas such as networking or co-working, the reality is that entrepreneurship is also accompanied by loneliness in making the most important decisions and uncertainty for the future. The second point is the variable income. The work of an entrepreneur is always the same from the point of view of the time of dedication for that project. However, the income is not the same. There are more positive months and others with less benefit. Variable income is a major drawback for those seeking the stability of a monthly salary. To this variable income are also added the added expenses of the freelance quote, taxes, advertising activities of the company, or local expenses. From an economic point of view, entrepreneurship is an adventure that also represents an added difficulty even before starting the project, since it is necessary to have resources to be able to do it. Third point are the endless working hours. Many entrepreneurs know what it is to work on weekends, on vacations, and even extend work hours until late at home. For an entrepreneur, it is usually quite difficult to disconnect from his business for several days. This is a requirement that even reaches a personal level, and the closest environment may not understand you. Fourth point, the risk of failure. An entrepreneur can't put all the necessary resources to succeed with his project. However, there is no mathematical law for the triumph. The risk of failure is one of the obstacles that derives from being an entrepreneur. And failure hurts because beyond the personal level, it also has practical consequences. For example, loss of money or even having made a bad decision that has had negative consequences. And the last point is that being a boss is not easy. Many people think that being a boss is an advantage. However, the reality is that it's a great responsibility to make the most important decisions of a project and lead a project, to work with a team and all that stuff. An entrepreneur takes many of the worries home from work. Concerns multiply from this perspective of occupying a leadership role. Having a work team in your charge implies a very important responsibility from the point of view of human resources management and payroll. So, before taking the decision of being an entrepreneur, not only focus on the advantages, but also on the possible disadvantages to have a comprehensive view of the situation.
Basically, to summarize everything up, being an entrepreneur implies being not only innovative, but also having many pros that come with cons and cons that come with pros, and every single fact and detail. For example, having to program your own schedule has the con that, well, basically, even when you program your own schedule, that schedule, it's gonna eat you up because it's gonna be just too much work. It also has the pro that you can earn as much money as you basically can handle, but it also comes with the con of the income being pretty much irregular. So with all these people who decide to become entrepreneurs need to basically sit down and check and understand and verify that they truly want and understand what it comes with it. Because whilst, yeah, it can make, like the biggest change for the better in life, it can also make a change that basically eats you alive without you even noticing. This is why our team decides that the best thing you can do is know yourself before you become an entrepreneur.
Here we have some quotes so you can take them as an inspiration to continue following your dreams and being perseverant if one day you want to become an entrepreneur. And also, you can take them to see the positive side of every situation that you can face in your life. The first one is, if you can dream it, you can do it. Walt Disney. I've learned that mistakes can often be as good teacher as success. Jack Welch. Never be limited by others people's limited imaginations. Mae Jemison.
In order to be irreplaceable, one must always be different. Coco Chanel. Don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. C.J. Walker.